Okay, there we go. I'm recording now. So there'll always be a recording of your Zoom. So I'm going to share my screen with you all now. We're going to go to, let's see, Canvas. So if you have not logged in yet, please just log in and just let me know, because I want to make sure no one's having any trouble logging into Canvas. And let's do a share. There we go. Okay. So when you first log in, can everyone, can y'all see the Canvas screen? Are you seeing that broadcasting? Let's see who we got here. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Latonia. Did someone come in? Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's see who this is. And this is, and is it, hello, is it Alara? Did I pronounce that correctly? And if I did not, please correct me. Alara? And you can type it in the chat too. You don't have a mic that's working. Okay, she might be having audio problems. So here's the home page. So obviously, you'll see that actually it is. Criminal justice, they've probably explained to you, you're doing three, getting exposed to 3 of our classes here. So they're in order. I'm first, broadcasting, then you're going to do criminal justice and firefighting. So these on the homepage will take you to them. If you click on broadcasting, and I always have to ask this, because I get worried sometimes that when I switch to a different tab, can you all see broadcasting homepage now? Anyone? Broadcasting homepage. Do you see that?
Because I had to give me that. I need it for a minute. I wasn't watching it. I needed it for a couple minutes. Okay.
Okay. Yes, you can see broadcasting homepage with the little Bitmoji. Anyone? Yep. Thank you, Lizzie. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through this, and if you click on me, which I will in a minute, my image, it will take you to the weekly modules. Okay, so it might be just easiest when you get in, click on broadcasting, click on Bitmoji, and then it'll get you to your week. But I want to just quickly walk you through this, call your attention to this. Here's a link to my email. Email is a fantastic way to get a hold of me. I am always on my email because I'm always on my laptop. So, and I'm a night owl. So like if you had a question, you know, after dinner one night, or, you know, chances are high you'll get a response and not have to wait till the next day. So there's my email. The Meet Ms. Roush will just take you to our Eastside website that has my teacher page. So again, this kind of goes over some of the stuff I just told y'all about me, about my career, where I went to school and all that good stuff. And then just a little get to know me. This is a little bit older. I probably need to make a fresh one, get to know me or welcome to my class video. Syllabus, we'll go over in a second. The Zoom room, link to that. You obviously got here, so that's fantastic, but there's your quick link to that. And then just some general information. You need to log into Canvas Monday through Friday. Make sure there are no announcements. That's where your bell ringer will be, and then your daily agenda. Organized by modules. So each module is the week. So this week, we only have 2 days this week. Next week, it will be all 5 days. And then within each week, I have the headers for each day of the week. So you know what you're doing all week, but then you also know day to day what you are doing. And then just for fun, love for you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Facebook, I am going to be creating, if you go into our Facebook, I'm going to be creating, and I'm in charge of our Facebook. So I'm going to be creating a folder just for the middle school collaboration we're doing. So when we are in person and stuff and y'all are working, you know, I'll snap some pictures or videos, and that way you all are going to have your own photo album. So you can share with your friends and family, like, hey, look what we did with the high school class. Because it's really, I think it's so awesome that y'all are getting to do this. I'm so excited. Your principal has bragged about how awesome y'all are. Canvas student guides if you need that. So let's go to the syllabus. Oop. I need to fix that. So sorry, is it gonna work there? Nope, okay, my apologies. I need to go and fix that for you. I will have that done this evening. So, and it's just gonna kind of, you know, go over what we're gonna do, things you can expect from the class. So with that, let's go ahead and go to our modules. Oh, here's also at the top of the modules, just another quick access place to the Zoom room, and then our times. Monday through Thursday, 2:20 to 3 p.m. is when we're meeting, because I think they said you have a advisory homeroom or something from 3 to 3:20. So 2:20 to 3, and then Friday is when I have office hours. So from 2 to 3, you can make an appointment if you think you need a longer time with me. Otherwise, if you just have a quick question, as I said, anytime you can drop me an email. It's a really great way to get a hold of me. And if you needed to do just a live chat or a live Zoom, we can do that too. So let's get into just some quick expectations for our class. And again, I'm just going to ask, make sure can y'all see this news page, Ms. Roush, expectations? Someone give me a yes or a no if you can. Yes, thank you. And I'm going to ask, is it Nina? Did I pronounce that right? Yes, okay, good. All right, so just my expectations while we're online. You know, I call my expectations because I don't like the word rules. It sounds kind of, they're just expectations that are rooted in respect. So first things first, be on time, super important because we have such a limited time with each other and so much material I want to cover in 9 weeks. I am so excited to work with you all that time is of the essence. We have a lot to do. Find a quiet spot in your home. So a lot of this stuff I know is probably the same for your other things, other classes. Headsets, if they would help. I prefer to see your faces on my screen because it helps me get to know you. I understand though some of us might be camera shy. So it's obviously not a requirement. It's just I would love to see your faces. If not, my second, again, not required, but I would love it if you don't want to do a photo, if you have like a Bitmoji of yourself or a photo of yourself that you would be willing to put as a profile pic, I would really appreciate that because I do want to especially kind of start putting names with faces before we meet in person. So not required, but certainly appreciated. Mute your mic on arrival. If you're on camera, just raise your hand because I'm going to see that if you're doing this. I'm going to see that quicker than I'm going to see a chat, but because I'm going back and forth between screens. So just if you have a question you need to know and I'm not seeing your chat, turn your camera on real fast and wave at me, okay? Or just politely turn your mic on. Excuse me, Ms. Roush, I have a question because I don't want anyone to ever feel confused or left behind. So don't feel like you're interrupting me. If I'm not responding any other way, just unmute and say, excuse me a moment, Ms. Roush. Arrive prepared. So if you have something that you need to do in preparation before we come, which we will as far as content building, you'll need to do that. Be present. Just because you're here doesn't mean you're here. And I think you know what that means. It's same as if you're in person. You might show up to class, So if you're just sitting there and you're kind of here, you're, you know, on your phone or something, that's not being present. You might physically be in the room, but if you're not, or physically be on the computer, but if you're not listening and engaging, you're not being present, and then you're not gonna get the advantage and the excitement of learning something new. Okay, so just please give your time and attention to the class, because I think you're really going to enjoy it. After class, do any homework to build on what you learned. And again, for this class, and two, when you come here in high school, which hopefully you will, homework for me is typically, now the first assignment you're going to get is a little short paper assignment, but everything builds on everything. Mostly homework for this class is going to be shooting video, recording, interviewing people, like stuff that I think is super, super fun. So homework, don't think of it as a bad word or something that you dread. It's going to be fun. And again, respect. So, you know, just because I'm not physically here, I am here. And, you know, when I ask for collaboration and I ask for feedback, it's really important that you give me that feedback and participate. So we can, you know, the more that you participate and we engage together, the better the experience is going to be for all of us. And then finally, just again, recap: listen actively, interact appropriately, proper language, and then two, the speak respectfully. Some of the things we might do in here, we might come up with topics or discussions or something where we have different viewpoints, which I hope we do. What a boring world we'd live in if we all thought the same way. But we're going to do it respectfully, because two, we're going to learn, because I love hearing people who think differently than me. It fascinates me. I want to hear, well, maybe you're the lens of life that you live through, you see things differently than me. And that benefits us all when we share our stories with one another and learn. And we can only learn and share through respect. And I mean, I think we kind of see that, a lot of that, what's going on in our world right now. You just flip on the TV and we see a lot of yelling and screaming, adults yelling and screaming, and that gets us nowhere. So we're gonna speak respectfully. Recharge. This is not just for me. I tell this to you all as young people. I've been telling it to my high school kids, and I need to remind myself sometimes. It's super important. This is all great and fun, but you know, we also need to sit back, recharge, relax. Don't get too, the last thing I want is for this to be a stressful experience. I want it to be fun and engaging and enjoyable. And if it ever gets too stressful, you know, hey, Ms. Roush, I need to just step back a minute, whether it's in the class or, but more importantly, outside, you know, of class. Always, always in life, make time for yourself. Self-care, okay, is super important. Let's see. Again, saying the engaging kind of goes with that. And then collaboratively, we're going to all work together. So something that I want to bring up, because it was on the syllabus that just popped into my head. You all are going to be getting kits from us. They've been ordered. They're on their way, so they should be here any day now. But we are going to be giving each of you, checking out to you. So they'll be returned when it's over, but you're each going to get a little kit. And it's going to have one of those circle lights to have good lighting on you. We're going to get you a big old sheet of green for backdrop, for be a green screen. And then some, they're called lavalier mics, but the little pin-on mics that's USB that'll, if you're using a Chromebook or whatever you're using, will plug right in. So it's going to be a little mini broadcast kit. So you'll have your, either if you have your own, Lizzie, exactly. I'm going to say this right now. Please forgive me and do exactly what Lizzie did. If I ever throw something out, use any of my lingo, because it's just second nature to me, and you're like, what is that? I have no idea what she's talking about. I did it just yesterday in a staff meeting with teachers. They threw out, some teachers, educators love to throw out these acronyms, you know, like you know, ABC. And I'm like, what does that mean? And I asked, I've been here 10 years. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Please let me know, because a lot of you said you've never done this. You probably might know what the green screen is, but what it allows you to do, if you put a green screen behind you and then shoot your video on it, you can drop in editing any background you want. You can look like you're at the ocean. You can look like, and it's very easy to do. So you're going to learn how to do that. So thank you so much, Lizzie, for saying that, speaking up there. Appreciate that. So you're going to get these kits, these home kits that you're going to be able to use at home to record stuff. And then I need to ask, do you all, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a discussion question to ask a question about WeVideo. Some of you that have done the broadcast at your school, I know have access, but I need to ask the rest of you. And if you don't, I need to get you an account. I'll post that in a discussion question. So look for that later too. Oh, we're running out of time already. See, and I'm a talker. So, all right. So I'm going to go through, I think I have time to get through this. So when I say news, I don't want your intention to, when you hear, I think a lot of times the tendency when people hear the word news, it might be eye roll. Oh, that's what old people watch. News, by definition, is anything that is newsworthy. What is newsworthy, Ms. Roush? Newsworthy is anything people are talking about, anything people are interested in. So, for example, in my last class I just had with my high school kids, I had a little 5-question current event quiz, kind of like a bell ringer thing. And one of them was, what celebrity couple is getting a divorce? Anybody know? Anyone? Anyone? Celebrity couple just announced they're divorcing. Okay. One more chance. Okay. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. So most people get a divorce. It's not news, but a celebrity couple does, it becomes news. So news is sports, entertainment, music, anything. And that's what I want you to kind of get used to, that concept. It's anything people want to know about. So the big question that I ask when you all are building content, so that's what we're going to find stories and we're going to create broadcasts with them. So the main question, aside from important, interesting, that to me is sort of the test, is this news? The who cares factor. Ask yourself, who cares? If you see some funny something, or someone has a really cool talent and you're like, I wonder if that'd make a good story. Would people care? Yeah. I think people would think that's fun or funny or entertaining or need to know. So ask yourself, who cares? Would someone care about that? So there are some primary categories that we look at when we're trying to determine what stories we want to tell. One of them is timeliness and immediacy. That means it's happening right now. So, for example, in the interest of time, normally I'd be asking questions, but in the interest of time, because I had to do all the housekeeping, I'm just going to kind of go through this right now with you all. So I'm sorry that I'm kind of doing all the talking here. Happening now. So for example, right now, all that stuff, if you've seen your parents turn on the news or you've heard about it, that happened yesterday at our nation's capital with the protesters, you know, going in and all that, that's happening now. It's timely. We're about ready to inaugurate a new president, happening right now, timely. Proximity, happening close to home. So while the capital stuff is in the nation's capital, that affects the whole country. But sometimes stuff happens right here at home that only is newsworthy to us. You know, if we had, like if there's a big rivalry, high school or middle school football game, that's news to us in our community. We want to see that big matchup, okay? Impact, consequence, happens to people affects their lives. All of us returning to school, the day we all get to come back to school, that's going to be a story because it has an impact on us. It's impacting how we do things. We get to finally come back to school. So people would care about that. Prominence and celebrity, gave you the pop culture example, but don't think of that as just superstar celebrities. Celebrity is within our own community. If you really look up the definition of celebrity, it's just someone who's well known or prominent. Governor Bashir, prominent person. Someone brought up the example this morning when I asked for examples because I did a similar lesson with my high school kids. When we had the sudden and sad passing of our superintendent, Manny, that was newsworthy because he was a person of prominence, celebrity, meaning we know him. But, you know, if someone who doesn't have a stature or prominence in the community, their passing would not be something that would be in the newspaper, on the news, or on the radio. Or okay, so don't think of celebrity within your own school. If you have student council presidents, if you have star athletes, if you have super talented musicians or singers or theater people, they're prominent at your school, your principal, a teacher of the month, that kind of thing. Conflict, controversy always makes for interesting stories when people disagree and have different opinions. These can be fun: oddity, rarity, novelty, a news of the weird. That can be a segment we can have our shows, just a news of the weird. Hey, and you know, an alligator and somewhere did something, you know, whatever. You've seen those kind of stories. So those can kind of be fun. And then last but not least, human interest and emotion. I call these feature stories. It's a real broad catch-all category. Anything that makes you feel good, tugs on your heartstrings, makes you laugh, a feature on a student in your school who has a talent, anything like that. And then currency, you know, hear this word used a lot because it kind of catches into all the rest of it, but maybe it's just news because it's trending on Twitter or what have you. Okay, so God, hope that wasn't too fast. The slides are in there for you to look at. I'm gonna I'd like you to look at the rest of these because I want to get to your first little assignment here. Don't freak out, it's short. Go through this though. This just is going to give you some more examples, give you of each one. So go through that to just supplement what I just showed you. And then let's see if we've got your, oh, this slide didn't update. I need to go in there and update that. Let's get to your, here we go. Oh, and it's not published, so I need to publish that. So what you are going to do, so we don't meet tomorrow. Let's see, there we go. And I'll update that. I needed to change that last slide there. So this is your assignment, and I would like it by 11:59 Sunday night. I have a worksheet, and I have narrowed it down to 5. They're the top 5 that we typically see. I know I showed you 7 or 8 over there, but it's a worksheet. I want you to find one example of these 5: a story of timeliness, proximity, conflict, controversy, and I have the definitions here: human interest, oddity, rarity, novelty. I want you to find one example each. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go sit and watch the news. It means you're listening to what people are talking about. You're looking what's trending on social media. Maybe you walked by the news because your parents are watching it and you see what's going on, or you overhear your parents talking. Again, and then 2, what I really would love to challenge you to do, and I know it's harder because we're distancing right now, but if you're chatting with your friends, you know, on social media or on your phones, what are y'all talking about? Literally, what are you all talking about right now? Because our target audience, and when I say target audience, I mean who we're going to be making our product, our broadcast for, are your peers, your age group. What are your friends talking about? So don't think that this is for adults. Don't find things you think Ms. Roush wants to hear. Okay. This is student driven. About my friends. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Lizzie. She's already come up with an idea. Anime. Perfect. So since you brought that up, Lizzie, what category do you think, if you did a story about anime, what category do you think it would fall into? If anyone else wants to chime in, I don't mean to put that all on Lizzie. If anyone, so if we talked about what's happening with anime lately. Yep, perfect, human interest, because it's featurey. So again, you could knock this sheet out like right now. If you already have ideas for it, you can wait till Sunday and then reflect on the last several days and go fill it in. The one thing I need to call to your attention is the rubric. One, you're going to get your points for each example, but to get the full points, and Lizzie, I'm going to use you as an example. If Lizzie just wrote anime, that doesn't tell me much. So she would get, under human interest, she'd get partial points because she did give me something, but it's vague. Like, I don't, like, what about it? What, like, is there a new anime show coming out? Is there, because I don't know a lot about anime. So what is the hook? What exactly about it are you talking about specifically? Okay. So literally just a sentence, y'all, not looking. So, let's say, let's just say timeliness. You might have heard your parents talking about stimulus checks coming out. So maybe timeliness, who received their stimulus checks already and who didn't. I mean, that's not even a complete sentence, is it? But it tells me that, because that was one of the things when I walked into work, one of our other teachers was like, have you gotten your stimulus check yet? And I'm like, yeah, you? And he's like, no. And everyone I know has gotten theirs but me. There you go. That's a story. Who's already gotten them and who hasn't. So that's all I asked, just one sentence, doesn't even need to be complete sentences, just a summary of what it is. So let me go back here because I think I'd had something else in here, but we're not gonna have, I don't want you to, let's see. Nope, I did not publish it yet and I'm not going to. So we'll do that next week. So that is changed. Is it y'all's understanding we're Zooming Monday through Thursday? Is that what you all understand? Yes, okay, thank you. So, because originally we gotten one schedule and then it changed. So, so for tomorrow, well, that didn't change. I'll fix it here in a minute. Again, I'll have the Zoom recording there after each class. Tomorrow, just do the worksheet, go in, open it, make a copy of it. That way you can edit it and then submit it. Just do by Sunday. So with that, let me stop my share. With that, because I know you all have got to go. Any questions for me? Oh, new season and the characters. Okay, great, Lizzie. Thank you. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming. And I will see you Monday. Again, if you have any questions over the weekend, think of something else, just please email me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I'm super excited and can't wait to meet y'all in person. Have a good weekend, y'all.